Hello and welcome to Dharma Talk Tuesday. We're back in the Dharma Talk Tuesday chair, and I'm very happy to be with you today. I'm also excited to talk to you about a really interesting topic. You know, I really believe that it's just as important for me to talk about my failures and what doesn't work just as much as my successes. I was connecting with one of my leadership students last night, and I was like, man, I was so grumpy today. And I had this shift. She's like, wait, you get grumpy? I was like, oh yeah, I get grumpy. And she's like, really? And it was like mind blowing to her that I have rackets and these unsupportive inner dialogues just like everyone else. And so I just really believe that if I'm going to make the biggest difference for you, which I'm committed to doing, I get to be really honest and authentic and vulnerable and transparent with you. It's really important. So I'm excited to serve you on that today. If you're new to following me, I'm Julie Surratt. I am most known for teaching money manifesting through body wisdom, which basically means being able to tap into your inner wisdom, your inner insight, the way that God speaks through you, instead of trying to intellectualize everything, which I love being intellectual, but let's be honest, sometimes we get in our own way. And we find the deepest wisdom when we stop and breathe and we connect with what's in our heart, or, having that gut feeling. Have you ever heard that phrase? Oh, I've got this gut feeling. Well, it comes from body wisdom. It's an old, ancient tradition. And I love teaching it. And I love seeing and hearing the aha moments and the testimonials of my clients and the people that follow me doing this work. So today is no different. Today is a lesson in body wisdom. And it's along the lines of this particular kind of markety topic, which is launches. And I just did a launch. When was it? Was it last week or the week before? And I'm just gonna be honest with you. It did not go the way that I hoped. I really expected, the thing I was offering was a $200 objections training. I honestly expected that I would it was a 5-hour workshop, 5 hours with me of teaching you how to navigate objections. And I was really expecting to sell 50 of them at least. And I was like, this is an insane value. Normally 5 hours with me is $10,000. So $200 of live interaction time with me and other women who are committed to standing for people in a way that's loving and intuitive and empathic. It felt like a no-brainer offer, and all the copy was on point. It was proven. It was the marketing side of things, the strategic side of things was really solid. And I did not make 50 sales. I made significantly less than that. So to the point where I would definitely label it a failure. And so I think most humans, we have a moment in the beginning of that where we have this inner dialogue of what's wrong with me. I was speaking with one of my clients earlier, and where she is trying a new strategy, and this was a new strategy. This was a whole new approach. And when we do new things, sometimes they don't go the way that we envision because it's a new thing and it's a new skill. And I think we live in a culture right now of immediate gratification, instant gratification. And so people are not set up to win as far as patience and loving themselves and being compassionate and gentle with themselves as they're learning something new. I think the art of patience and discipline and mastery is really missing in our culture right now. And so it's not setting people up to win, especially as they're becoming entrepreneurs, and there's sometimes a learning curve that's required as we're doing something new. And so I had that initial thought, and then I was like, let me just really explore, because this launch should have worked. So let's find out what really happened here. So I did some digging, I did some exploration, and I discovered exactly why it didn't work. And I want to share that with you today because I want you to learn from it, and I want you to not make the same mistake that I did and to do something different. And it's so cool because when something happened when I uncovered what I uncovered, and when I shifted, something happened, something very interesting happened, and I'm really excited to share in terms of results, and I'm very excited to share with you what that is. And yeah, I would just say, if you know anyone who is in a place of beating themselves up right now, where they feel like a failure, or they feel like they did something that didn't work, or they're being hard on themselves, or they're in a hard place, which, by the way, we all have our hard moments, we all have our hard seasons. If you know someone who's in that position, please share this Dharma Talk Tuesday with them. Tag them below in the comments, and hit the share button on your, there's a share little option, and go ahead and share this, because people get really down on themselves, and let's create a support system and structure and accountability and connection where other people know, like, oh my God, Julie fucks up too. It wasn't even so much a fuck up. It was like, oh, it didn't work, and let's learn from it. So give them an opportunity to learn from me, to learn from you, and let's all rise together. Let's all support each other. You know what I mean? Like, this is not a competition. I don't really believe in scarcity. I don't believe in I'm better than you, you're better than me. I don't really believe in that. Like, I believe in, as I get better, you get better. And then hopefully when you find something that works for you, you share it, and then it ends up to me, and it's all just this big giving circle. So that's my vision. That's what I'm committed to. So before I get started, by the way, as you're hopping on, please say hello. And, oh, Ruba, I just saw your light come through. So good to see you. All right, so I'm just gonna switch the comments to the side, because they always distract me, because I always want to say hi to everybody. All right, so so I gave a little intro about what the launch was. The copy was proven. The strategy itself was proven. The product was amazing. I'd never sold it before, but I'd sold like higher value products in terms of the price point, and with ease. And I'd honestly sold products that were of a lower price point and almost like lower value in terms of the proportion of value to price point in this particular product was insanity. Like, such a big value for such a low price point. So like the whole thing was set up to win. And then when I didn't hit my goal, and I hit far below my goal, it was like, this doesn't make any sense. So I started digging. And what I discovered when I started digging, and I started reflecting, and I started looking back on my launch process, I realized something very important. And what I realized was that I'd followed the strategy to the T. I'd followed the proven copy to the T. The value was, like, everything was right. But what I didn't do was something very core to what I teach my clients. That was something very core to what I teach, especially my clients in Money Alignment Yoga Academy, my high-level group coaching program, and my one-on-one clients, and the clients I do VIP days with, which is one of the 3 pillars of manifestation, which is emotional cultivation. And what emotional cultivation does, it's basically where you feel what it is you intend to feel when the thing happens. So you align to the feeling of, let's say in this case, 50 purchases of the product. You align to the experience of knowing you've impacted 50 people. And the reason why you want to feel it is because that feeling is simply a symptom of a vibration that creates the result. So we live in a world of vibrations, of waves. If you know the book, The Holographic Universe, it's a book that I'm exploring and studying and reading right now. And, there's a lot of different ways different people teach manifesting, and having come from a science background as a marine mammal ecotoxicologist, I love geeking out on sciencey stuff. And so it's so fun to explore this sort of woo-woo topic of manifesting from the quantum metaphysical sciencey realm. those of you that need that kind of like analytical evidence, that's a really good book for you to check out. In fact, if you go to the Dharma Queens Facebook group, which you can find that link on my page, like on my personal page here, if you just scroll down, there's a bunch of my posts have the link. I just did my Dharma Queen Sunday service all about this very specific scientific experiment that was done regarding intention. Like, the concept of intention has been proven scientifically, and Duke wants to be. You want to be a part of today's Dharma Talk Tuesday? You want to say hi to everybody? Do you want to say hi to everybody? No, I just want to say hi to you. That's what he's saying. He's actually very camera shy. Are you camera shy? Hi. All right. So, okay. He's very needy today. I've been gone the last couple of days, and it's hard for him. The baby. It's hard for the baby. So, my point in sharing this with you is that it's a key element of what I teach my clients. And the reason why it's a key element of what I teach my clients is because it works. And incidentally, it was something that was missing in my launch. Like, here's what ended up happening. I did the strategy, I did the steps, I did all of the tactical strategic things right, but I missed the energetic. I missed the energetic alignment. Energetically speaking, I was not locked in and locked on, as I like to say, with the goal, with the vision, with the intention. And when you are doing a new project, or like you're doing an online show or an interview series or an event or a launch of any kind, and you don't take the time, or you don't know how to get energetically locked in and locked on, it is very risky. It is very risky, especially if you're investing a lot. I know it's probably kind of hard to take me seriously with this massive cow nose in my face right now, but this is what's happening right now. Sorry. Move that. It's very risky. Duke, you are really interrupting my flow right now. Okay. It's very risky. And you need to mitigate that risk. And the way that you mitigate that risk is by learning how to do something like emotional cultivation, where you're able to lock in and lock on energetically. You do something, what I call setting your energy set point. You set an energy set point. So it's like you see the vision, you feel it, you experience it, you're locked in, you're locked on. There's no other possibility available that could possibly occur in the universe in this situation. So you get locked in and locked on, and then you go do the things, and then you go write the copy, and then you go talk to the people, and then you do the social media posts, and then you do the presentation, and then you do the interviews, or whatever it is. And when you do that, so like the 3 pillars of manifestation that I teach in my high-level group coaching program, which, by the way, I'm not even plugging my high-level group coaching program, Maya, because the doors are closed and it's sold out. So it's not even about that, but it's just an important thing that I teach, which is the 3 pillars are emotional cultivation, which is what I just talked about, avenues of abundance, which is the strategic side of things, which there's a specific strategy that I teach in Maya, but there's a lot of different strategies you can use to create a revenue flow. And then the third thing is the alignment of the body, which is where the yoga and getting out of your head and into your body wisdom comes in. So my clients get a prescription yoga practice. That's what I call it, prescription yoga practice that opens them up physically. And that's the recipe for manifesting. So anyway, the reason why I bring this up is because if you've done a launch, or if you're working on something, even if you're not an entrepreneur, some people watch this and they're in the corporate space and they're wanting to transition out, or they're in the corporate space or the academic space and they're totally happy and they just want to become like happier and like next level, or they want to manifest their promotion, or they want to manifest their next thing. this is relevant for you too. I started doing this work when I was in academia. Actually, even before that, even when I was in corporate and then when I was in academia, it was the thing that carried me through and got me to where I am now. It's what guided me on this path. And I'm not saying entrepreneurship is the ultimate goal for everybody. I'm just saying it guides you to your right place, wherever that is for you. And you really do need all three pieces. So wrapping this up in a pretty bow, what was missing, the reason why my launch failed was because energetically speaking, I was not aligned. I was not locked in and locked on. He has his squeaky toy. You wouldn't believe we were just at the park running around for 30 minutes before this Dharma Talk Tuesday, would you? Anyway, so energetic alignment, that's what was missing. What I want you to do and what I want you to take away from this is to make sure that you never miss that piece, that you always have the experience of being locked in and locked on in the visions that you have. This is applicable to any and all visions you could possibly conjure, whether it's in your business or in your relationships or in your family. Everyone has a vision. Everyone has something they want. When you fall asleep at night and your heart's whispering to you, like you want this or you need this, you know, sometimes we interpret those heart whispers as criticisms or like it keeps us up and it feels like something's not working. What if those whispers are simply like bumpers on the bowling lane? I have a client who was talking about this. She's like, Julie, the way that you coach is like, you're like bumpers on the bowling lane trying to help us just knock down the pins. So I'm going to use that analogy now. What if your heart whispers are like bumpers, the guardrails on the bowling alley, and it's just trying to guide you? And when you have those whispers that sometimes feel kind of bad, it's just guidance. And it's just like you're a little off track and it's time to get back on track. And it's your whispers, your body wisdom trying to guide you back on track. And so you want to make sure that you're prioritizing time for your emotional cultivation every single day. And if you have something going on in your life that you're working towards, you're manifesting something in any area of your life, and you're missing this piece, just know there's a good chance that that thing isn't going to happen, or it's not going to happen at the level that you want it to happen. So here's what I want to share with you about what happened when I realized this. When I realized that I was missing this piece, I shifted and I was like, oh, of course. And so I stopped and I took time and I made time because I didn't have a lot of time. Been in a lot of events lately. And I stopped and I made time and did the work of emotional cultivation, of working on my energy set point, of getting locked in and locked on. And it's so crazy because the cart technically closed for the objections training. And I stopped talking about it. I stopped marketing it. I fulfilled on it. I delivered on it. We did the workshop over the weekend, and it was so powerful. In fact, some of our clients and some of the people who did buy started seeing results. Like I just saw some testimonials in my inbox today of people they've crossed over the line, money they've manifested, clients that have said yes that had been no's up until that point. I mean, collectively, that workshop probably helped people manifest about $50,000, and it's only been 3 days. You know what I mean? And so it's only been 3 days, and they're honestly, again, there weren't that many people on it. So like, it just, people were popping. And so I share that with you because partly I see it as my mission to help as many people as possible make as much money as possible, especially since we're at the top of an economic incline right now, and what goes up must come down. So I see it as my imperative, my mission, to teach people how to become masters at enrolling and making money. And so if I'm not doing my energetic work on top of the strategic work and the avenues of abundance work to help people be a yes to something that I know is going to help them make more money, like, that doesn't work for me. that's not okay. That doesn't work for me. And so it's awesome because then I went and did my emotional cultivation. And even though I stopped marketing it, I stopped talking about it, the cart technically closed, people started buying the objections training. Like I started getting like Stripe notification, Stripe notification, Stripe notification. Like the launch was over. The cart was supposed to be closed. I guess like someone on my team left it open by accident. And the marketing stopped and people started buying because I became energetically aligned, because I got locked in and locked on even though the marketing had ended. So here's what I want you to hear. You can have the best strategy. You can have the best copy. You can have proven messaging. But if you're not energetically aligned, if you're not locked in and locked on, your shit's not gonna work. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news in that way, and it's not even so much bad news. Like some of you might hear that and you might feel it as a massive relief. Like, oh, thank God, now that's how I felt. I was like, oh, now I know why it's not working. I can do something about this, and that's really empowering. You know, so hopefully you hear it as a relief, like, oh, so tell me what I need to do. Tell me what I need to do. So I'm going to tell you what you need to do. I'm going to do a free training on Thursday, and it's called Money Manifestation Secrets. And I'm going to tell you all about this, and I'm going to dive in. I mean, there's so much more here than I can honestly offer you in this short span of time on Dharma Talk Tuesday, and that's why I'm going to do a free training for you on Thursday. So it's Thursday at 4 o'clock. There isn't even an opt-in page. I'm literally just doing the training. So I'm going to put the Zoom access info. It's a webinar. I'm going to put the Zoom access info here when I hop off, and just put it in your calendar, you know, and make sure you don't miss it, because again, it's my imperative to show people how to make money. It's my imperative to help you not just make money, but like do it in a way that is in the utmost alignment to your divine assignment, to what you were put here to create, so that it feels good, so that you feel like you're in massive service, that your head hits the pillow at night like, wow, today was fulfilling. I changed lives. I made a massive fucking difference. And I visibly see the impact, I measurably see the impact that I'm having in the world. And because income is equal to impact, wow, I'm also noticing that I'm making a ton of money. And that's the world that I'm committed to creating. So make sure that you don't miss the training on Thursday. It'll be from about 4 o'clock to about 5:15, 5:30-ish. So just block that out in your calendar. Again, I'm going to put the Zoom info for the training here in the link and just in the comments, and just save it. Save it in your calendar. You can even invite friends and family, anyone who you might think would value learning how to get locked in and locked on energetically, so that you know it's like insurance to make sure that your strategy works. And also it creates efficiency in your time. So it's like you stop wasting your time, and it's like your effort. So for example, my clients, most of them have an 80% close ratio. And the reason is because they've learned how to be energetically aligned. So they don't waste a ton of time talking to people who aren't the right fit. And they're only talking to people who are the best possible fit. And so they're saving a ton of time, and they're able to, you know, make money and make an impact, and also like save a ton of time and use that time towards whatever else they want to use it towards, their families, or, you know, travel, or like being in service, or whatever they want to do. Okay, so I want to stop and just say hello. Hi, Heidi. Hi, Carla. Hi, Jolynn. Hi, Elise. Hi, Giselle. So good to see all of you. Gina says, I love him. I think she's talking about Duke. Oh, I think there's a delay in the comments that I'm seeing now. Giselle says, love the nose. I know, he's like my little cow. He even eats grass, you guys. Isn't that funny? Christina says, hi, sweet Julie and rest of the tribe. Hi, Christina. Gina says, I was just writing about this very same thing. I love you, Carla. Krista says, hi, Gina. Yes. All right. Okay. Thank you all for the hearts and likes and the comments and the connection. Hearts and likes if this made a difference for you. Hearts and likes if this was supportive and if this landed. Go ahead and like I said, share this Dharma Talk Tuesday if you know anyone else who this can make a difference for. Save the info, yay, hearts and likes. Save the info for the Zoom link that I'm going to be putting here in your calendar so you don't miss the training. I love you all. I'm grateful for you. I appreciate you. And I will see you next week on Dharma Talk Tuesday. Bye.